hour later, she's texting me. She's asking me for her money. She's like, mimi sikukuja kuchapa na baridi hivyo. Tafuta msichana mwenye atafanya hiyo kazi. I'm like, sis, when I interviewed you on the phone, what was the agreement? You thought you were coming to do what?
What did you come to do?
I'm like, that's the way she left.
Oh God.
Mwingine alikuja. They were always fighting with my firstborn. So time ingine it's almost 9:30. I'm calling her from bedroom. Can you kuja osha hizi vyombo ndio tu? Because my bedroom is near the kitchen. She's like, auntie, najua kazi yangu. Mtoto wangu, my firstborn hada akamwambia, "Bedema mama apedangi ukimuita auntie." Hello guys, how are you doing? This is Elizabeth from Lifestyle with Elizabeth, and today I have come to visit one of my friends. Her name is Maureen. She has hosted that today we had a lunch day. Oh yeah. And then I'm like, why don't we do some of these things? You know, all of us, we are mothers. And actually to attend one of wasichana, the nannies that actually we leave our house with. Let me tell you something. Nowadays we are calling them domestic workers, but let me tell you something. Wanatutenda mpaka we are like, hey, as a single mothers and married my women, where are we headed? So today I have a panel today of two ladies, very beautiful ladies. Here they are. Warembo. Hi. Wanaitwa Mamorio. Mamorio ndio wazito ndio kuzema manzi. And all of us actually we are mothers. I'm a mother of two, she's a mother of one, but since we are career women, we have actually employed a lady along the way. And actually today we are talking about Nanny Shenanigans. So today we are toasting to where we are coming from, to where we are headed from. But anyway, this is water. Water. Madam Hosta, she's Maureen actually, and she has a YouTube channel. Mama.
Tell us the YouTube channel.
Will you tag me down?
Of course I will.
Okay.
Yeah,
Guys, it will be down in the comment section or wherever. Description
on the description box. She's you call yourself who?
Mo's Lifestyle.
Mo's Lifestyle. And then we have got
says.
How does it?
Is it okay? Says. Yeah. You know me. You know my behind. I'm behind the scenes, yeah. So
now I don't know. At some point, Maureen, maybe you have employed a nanny.
What's your worst nanny experience?
So first of all, let me tell you. I don't know what comes in our minds. I mean, when we say nanny shenanigans, maybe it can be nanny or it can be house manager, it can be a house help, it can be, most of us refer those girls to, not the girls, not those girls, as DM or botch. Yes, so I hope you're all familiar to that. I think I cannot say my first because I've employed so many. so many. But talking about shenanigans, I employed this girl one time. She was a Ugandan, and then she came. I paid her transport, and then the first night she stayed. My son was not there, so I went to work the following day. We talked. I usually just like we talk, and then with me I'm so different because I usually make them sign a nanny agreement. So she signed, and we walked through with it. We walked through with her everything. So she signed her copy and my copy, and then what I usually make sure is I pay them through M-Pesa. So in instance that these guys go out and claim that you've not paid them, you have receipts. So we agreed on a certain amount, and then she was starting that night. So the following day I woke up, I went to work, she prepared breakfast and everything. My son was not there. So in the evening I come from work, and then she had cooked, and then she's like, you know, auntie, they usually call people auntie. I don't know what those Ugandans, whatever. Auntie, you have to serve yourself because I don't serve people, blah blah blah. So I'm like,
they're the ones that kneel.
Yeah. So I was like, so you just go and serve, you know, because in my household we are like, we always eat together. So when you cook, you have to serve and people eat. So I was like, just serve. Then she kept on insisting you have to serve yourself. And then as conversation went by, she was like, by the way, I need to talk to you. I need to leave tomorrow morning. I'm like, okay.
You just came in.
Yeah. You just came in yesterday, I paid your transport. Although I had gotten her through an agent, which I paid. So I was like, okay, so what do we do? You can sleep, eat, and then go in the morning. She's like, that's fine, but you'll have to settle me for the days due and pay my transport.
Back.
I'm like, dude,
The audacity.
with this attitude, you will not sleep in my house. So I told her,
What time is it?
that was like 9 p.m. So I told her, so where are you going? I'm like, I will go back to the agent's office. She has a room or whatever. So I called the agent, we talked, and then she was like, just release her. If she wants to go, she has to go. So I was like, but I'm not going to pay you for today.
Yeah.
And I paid for the agent, and I
the
paid for your transport. So the girl parked. I usually stand there like, you have to park when I see you. So she parked, and she did not eat. Although I had gone and served, her food was still in the table.
The food she made.
Yeah, was still in the table. And I ate. Honestly, I love food. You cannot refuse food. I love food. So I ate mine. But around 9:30, the girl is like, madam, you have to pay me. I'm like, what do I have to pay you for?
Yeah.
One day.
I paid for your
And you
transport.
see,
You
she's
don't
this
have
huge
my
girl.
bag.
She's this huge girl. And me, like a small body, I'm like, this girl will think. So I'm like, by the way, we are sorry for switching languages. So she's like, I look at her, she's like, okay, I'm going, you have to pay me. Do you know what I did? I nilitoka nje into my door, and then I started making calls. I'm like, bro, by the if when I'm firing a girl, I usually make sure there's a witness, because if this person has to be relative and violent, there's someone,
There's a
you know,
witness.
there's a witness. And at that time, my caretaker was not in. It's very late in the night.
Yeah.
When I was calling my brother, he's like, I cannot come in today. So luckily, there's a mama who was alikuwa ananua nguo hapa nje rooftop. But I live in the rooftop. So I happened to see her. But I had not talked to her, but my son and her son usually play together.
Yeah.
So I knew this mama. So I went quickly to this mama. I tell her my story, and then she's like, "You got me. She has to go." And that is how we got the girl out. I even threatened her. I'll call the soldier to throw you out, to escort you. She's like, call the soldier, you know. But the mama, yeah, the mama was so helpful, because she was like, Sanenda, I don't have money for transport, blah blah blah. You see, I paid for you, and I also paid for the agent. And the agent has said it's okay. If she wants to leave, she can leave.
Where?
See? So that is how the mama saved me from being
Punched.
with that huge girl.
I'll show you.
That's your worst experience that you've ever experienced.
That is so far.
From it.
That is so far the worst. But I've had so many who usually stay like a week. Oh, there's another one also stayed for one day. You see, when this thing that I make them sign the nanny agreement. So she lied to me. I usually do interview on call. Do you speak English? Yes. Do you speak Swahili? Yes. Do you read? Yes. Can you cook? Yes. Okay, so come. So when she came, and then I provided the nanny agreement, I usually make them go through it
To understand.
to read the first phrase, the first statement, and then I explain. So when I noticed she cannot read the first statement, I was like, oh my goodness, this girl cannot even help my boy. You know?
When it comes to homework.
Me, I am one person, I depend on nannies. Homework, it's the nanny. I come and check. Sometimes I really don't check, truthfully. But I want my boy to be speaking English consistently.
Yes.
So I want someone who can help him to do that when I'm not around. So if you cannot read and translate and understand English, how can you do that? You know?
Yeah.
So in the evening, she was like, madam, I need to go. I need to go.
English is too much.
Yeah, it was too much. Yeah. And then,
What language was she?
She was a lawyer, But she had gotten C+ in KCSE. Yeah. Oh, another one. She lied that her parents were sick. I think the mom was sick.
You've been swindled.
Yeah.
Nanny swindled.
So she was sick, and then I find out she had gotten an employment in
just in the neighborhood.
Yeah, in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Cecilia, have you
kuna mtu amenikula fare. Hey, wadau.
Hata mimi nilikuliwa fare juu.
Hey, wadau.
Mine is even worse.
Let me tell you. You sent 2,000 to come from Western.
Mine came.
Mtu anakuwa update tu. Oh, nimefika Molo, nimefika Nakuru, nimefika.
You wait, the anticipation in it.
Madam. Hey, you go wait oh. Hey.
You feel like
they'll leave you days.
They'll leave you yani
high and dry.
Hey.
Hanging.
Na kwanza like sayo, unajua Nannies wakienda Christmas ni kama chances are they can come back or not in January.
That was the time.
Kili ni ramba.
Kili ni ramba.
I don't know what about you.
In English. No, me, thank God. I've had my sister all along. It has been the best thing ever. I don't know, it has been perfect. Thank God I didn't have to deal with this because this is too much. They can't take anxiety that much. Oh God. I only have one and the only bad thing she did was steal from me.
Stealing?
Yeah, she took my clothes.
Money?
No, she took my clothes. As in she took almost all my club clothes. It felt so bad. Because now I have to go out. It's in the middle of the night and there's no way I can buy anything.
For real?
That's the worst that's ever happened to you.
That's the only one I did, and then I was like, oh, I'm done.
Let me tell you something. 2023 has been like the worst year. The whole of 2023 I've employed. Just the other time we were talking about who used to make us a pilau in this house, and Baba Watoto was like, I was like, I think ni Jennifer. Tumeandika mpaka Jennifer. Like I've employed. Mpaka saa zingine kwa zile za wasichana watatuletea wagonjwa sasa. They're like coming in and out. Me, I'm telling you,
how many have you had in 2023?
2023, almost I think the one that I have right now is almost the 7th one. In 1 year.
In 1 year.
To 11 months.
11 months. Are we sure?
No, but are you serious?
I'm very serious. 7.
She became you?
Let me tell you something. No.
Mo has
for
that
me,
record. Mo has that record.
There was a friend of mine.
I thought I had that record.
How you mean like
that? Nimeingia Guinness Book of Records.
She has one that came.
I had a friend of mine. I used to judge her. I was like, there's no way you can tell me 7 girls have an issue and not 2. I was used to be like, mwanamke ni ya kisirani.
Where are you now?
Until now, I'm like, sweetheart, I always apologize for that statement that I ever made. I was always like, you are worse. But I got to a place like, I'm like, no matter how good you are to some of these girls, they will never appreciate the fact that you are good to them. You know, me, I had one that ya kukuliwa fare my first time. I paid for that fare. She came in on a Friday. Saturday she did cleaning. Then actually I'm the one who paid fare from Bukoma. On Sunday she's like, I'm going to see she has never been to Nairobi, so she has friends. So I'm like, okay, go see friends, but make sure you come back home early. So around 4 she calls me and she's like, nitumia 50 bob nimekwama sijui nini. I'm like, okay, she's coming back. So I sent on top of the fare, I sent the 50 bob. Mchana akaenda mteja. So I'm like, you know what? The 1500, I'm like, jana ulinyoshia nyumba, ulifanya general cleaning na manguo, so let's call that around 800.
The audacity.
And then bagi yake nikamwambia mchana wangu, hii inakaa vizuri ya kwenda shule. Osha. Tutakuwa naenda nayo shule. Sasa manguo zake ndio nisani dispose. I'm like, then another one, we are already up, you know, they have to wake up early because I have like a small child. Then all of us, we thought she's outside cleaning. You know? Msichana wenyewe aliamka na kajitoa. She came on a Saturday. So Sunday ni kumonyesha machums, you know, hapa ndio kwa boga, hapa mtoto anafanyangwa hivi. Monday, on Tuesday, mimi najipaka tu eyebrows zangu niko zile, I'm ready to go for work. I'm calling her. Naona bucket ya mtoto ya mango ziko hapo. And then the audacity, 1 hour later she's texting me. She's asking me for her money. She's like, mimi sikukuja kuchapa na baridi hivyo. Tafuta msichana mwenye atafanya hiyo kazi. I'm like, sis, when I interviewed you on the phone, what was the agreement? You thought you were coming to do what?
What did you come to do?
I'm like, that's the way she left.
Oh God.
Mwingine alikuja. We were always fighting with my firstborn. So time ingine it's almost 9:30, I'm calling her from bedroom. Can you kuja osha hizi vyombo ndio tu because my bedroom is near the kitchen. She's like, "Auntie, najua kazi yangu." Mtoto wangu my first born akaenda akamwambia, "But then mama pedagi ukimuita auntie." We were always fighting with that msichana. Then one evening I'm like, msichana ataenda Saturday. Akaenda mbele yangu on Wednesday, she's like, "Auntie na." Oh God.
Sorry guys. That's too much after here. So
she came on Wednesday, she's like, "Auntie naenda kesho." Come here, you have beaten me to this. Then in the morning she wakes up. Nikaangalia bagi yake, huyo alikuwa mwizi, alikuwa ananiibia vitu. She used to. Mpaka hiyo time nilitoa mpaka bagi yangu sijui nini. Then akienda sasa nao nikamwambia, "Juu sasa umeniambia abruptly." Hiyo. Sasa sina pesa yote. Akaanza, "Siajangi pesa yangu." My heavy had to come through. Anaambia, "Wewe nyamaza mdomo." Akaniambia, "Kama unipatie pesa yangu yote basi nitakujia sana." Nikamwambia, "Usirudi." Basi siani. Mandio hapo anajua ile English words.
So what you mean basi aende anangojea umpatie pesa Sunday.
She'll wait.
No, she's not waiting that morning. That's the morning.
Atafute penye zitapatikana.
Na ndio umeniambia jana, mimi nilikuwa nikufute Saturday. Sasa ni ile uchungu yao wewe umetaka kunitoka.
The pain of being dumped.
Yeah,
no
me
plans of dumping them. Guy, it feels bad by the way.
So, and actually alikuwa mkubwa hivi mrefu. So now me I'm behind my husband like this. Usikuja huku. Basi siache pesa yako. My husband is like, "Can you shush? Your big mouth." Tafanya kuchapa huku. Sisi chapa huku. You need to stop. Chapa huku.
Chali yangu atawapiga. Chali yangu anaangalia hivi.
Maybe
You want me to die?
the whole of this year I have had like dramas.
Did she finally leave?
She left after my husband calmed him down. Sasa I had to look for somebody else to leave Mtoi. Huyu mwingine at least.
Or did you pay her then?
I paid her almost like half. And actually after she left,
Thursday.
yeah, I paid her kidogo. When she left, kuna kwanga kwetu kwa beauty kuna choo ya nje. So there was a time huyo kiateka wetu akifanya hivi choo anaenda anamwaga maji haiendi. Kumbe amekuwa kimwaga napis na nguo za mtoto huko. So suja wetu alitoa manguo hivi. So apparently she came on Sunday. Nilikuwa sijui huko Buruburu. Mimi napigiwa, "Oh, msichana ako hapa." Nikamwambia nigoje hapo nje. So I went there. Nikamwambia, "Uliwewe ulinibeba sweta yangu ya pink. Wacha nipigie brother yangu basi ya kuleta." Nikamwambia, "Hiyo nimekupatia lakini sikupatia, hiyo nakata." Nilikata hizo manguo zote, nilifanya hesabu. Nilimkata almost 800. Yes. Nilimkata nikamwambia, "Ulikata?" Mimi ulimwaga kwa choo. Hapana, nikaita. Saira! Saja! Sasa akakuja nini? Akasema hii. Hadi basi sikujua. Maybe zilibaki katu kwa bucket. Nikamwambia, "Sister, na kukata actually nilikata 800. Mimi pesa yako yote. Niko na deni yako." Ishienda na Yesu.
And she left.
But actually my husband ni moto yote napata juu ya bwanangu wako. Otherwise
How are you dealing with this when he was not there?
When he was
Not there.
niko nacheza chini. Siwezi bring up hizo mavitu zote kama
You
hayuko.
can be humble if you want
See,
to.
guys,
If you want to, it was purposely because I'm leaving a very innocent child in the hands of that person.
I learned when you need to fire a nanny, you have to have a witness.
Oh, for you.
Yeah.
If it's not your caretaker and you're single, your husband. If it's not your caretaker or your husband, please, anyone related to you or anyone close to you. Me usually call my brother. And my brother, if he's not around, I usually call caretaker.
These girls can
Because
show you gas.
if the drama can get there,
It can be like in escalate.
it can escalate from 0 to 110.
And then you never know how crazy people are.
Yeah.
They're being crazy.
Let me tell you, even
you never
for that Ugandan lady, me, I was so scared in the house. I could not rest. Me, I am one person, I usually lock the house every time. But that day, nilikuwa namuongelesha nikiwa kwa mlango. Nilikuwa namuongelesha nikiwa kwa mlango. I'm like, "Bro, you need to leave unless I call the soldier." She's like, "Call the soldier." I'm like, "You need to leave." She said, "Soldier kwani hajafika?" Hadi she has the audacity. Soldier hajafika. So when I saw that mama there, she saved me completely. Big up to my neighbor because she really saved me.
And then funny enough, even if you don't talk to them,
Yeah,
sometime.
yeah. You've not been abusive, you've not been worse, you've not been bad to them.
But you know one thing I really don't understand is with these nannies. I think all nannies are just the same.
But
they have same mind or
see, most of the marriages that we hear about are the marriages that are not doing okay, but there's so many marriages that are doing well.
Yeah.
But
The same case, like not the house help that I have right now, the ones that have been employed, actually almost like 10 years I have had house helps in my house, and I have had like moja tunakaa naye 2 years, 1 year, na kitoka with house help. 2023 ndio imenirap. I don't know what happened.
You
And then
became
I noticed-
opposite of me.
I'm like,
she became you. She became you.
yes, exactly.
Not opposite. She
I'm
became
like,
you.
I was like, I don't know what happened, but I noticed for me, I treat them so well. Unaona, if somebody has a birthday, we are going to celebrate with you. When it comes to sleeping time, kama umemaliza kazi saa 2:30 na mimi niko kwa nyumba, go and sleep. In the morning ukitaka kuamka saa 1, and especially on Saturdays mpaka saa 2, I let them wake up. In the morning my husband is preparing breakfast, so you don't even have to wake up that early. Unaona, so I'm like, no matter how much you treat them. Sasa nimesema mimi naenda ile inaitwa aje kimorio kinini ki savage. Sasa niko savage, uko job hapa, jinunulia vitu toiletries whatever, niko nikijinunulia na mnunulia. Then I'm like, hata mimi sinunulia yangu ina Nesh.
No, but I'm
like, no, it's up to you. No matter how good you are to these chicks, they have a way of sabotaging your life.
And it's really nerve-wracking.
May I say this? When you're a good person to them, you're not being good because they deserve to.
It's because of who you
it's
are.
Because you're a good person generally. So even if they don't appreciate, God will bring someone that will appreciate that. That will even see when you're not doing it for them.
Huu mwaka mimi haya Mike.
Mimi bado niko na stress, yani nitavaa nini Christmas?
Sisi ni wasichana.
I'm just a girl, man.
Wewe tunasika ni wasichana.
How am I supposed to be in charge of my whole life? I'm just a girl.
But you guys, comment in the comment section below. How is the experience? If you're a mother or a single dad or whatever, if you're in marriage, how is the experience with the nannies? Would love to hear from you.
Wewe kuna mwingine niliemploy. She has shorter dresses than I do. Nani anaosha nyumba?
She has us.
And you have a husband.
She was carried like this. And then she's washing like this. I'm like, sister, nikampatia mpaka leso. No, I don't know, she felt it's like sasa nina dim.
Right here.
Dim yake. I came here for some
Around neighbors.
Nilikaa naye mwezi. We at least nilikaa naye mwezi.
So when you give her leso, she used to cover herself?
Really.
She feels like.
But did you talk to her about
And actually, you see now on Sunday, it's your off day. So when it comes on Sunday, myself, Sunday, my me time. I'm always in the bedroom with my movies and whatever I'm doing in the bedroom. Zote. Sasa, baba haendi mahali. So sitting room na mtoto ni yake. So huyu hataenda mahali. Anataka wakae tu sitting room hivi na nguo hizo zake short. Na baba yuko. Nikamwambia sister, leo ni off day yako. Kama una mishoni jikate.
And around. And around, I'm saying.
Toka like
and around, unadu?
2023.
Oh, maybe like she has to get a second TV for her bedroom, right?
Just TV for her bedroom, yeah, damn. I'm like, no.
Dem akona TV.
Get her.
She's also nini
Guys,
working.
how much is 24-inch?
Atoki aende. Atoki aende.
Aende kwa mamake.
Anyway.
Kuna kushinda babake. Shida yetu.
Anyway, hizi stories haziwezi zikaisha in one or the other. But let me tell you something, you just have to wisen up and pray that the people that you are bringing in your house, kuna wengine mpaka wanakuja wana recruit watoto wetu, wengine wana introduce masturbation, lesbianism in our own houses.
And then this is the person that is spending the most time with your kid. You have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
In whatever you do.
I think if you employ someone, you really need to take good interrogacy into them.
For me, when they drop my daughter to school, I always go and peep in their bag. Sometimes kama simu naambianga msichana wangu hako kasichana, make sure umejua password.
I used to do that.
Privacy.
I used to do that.
No, but sometimes you just have
but
to.
Guys, it's not recommended, but once in a while I did that one time. No. And then I found 23,000 in that girl's bag.
What?
Cash. 23. And I remember that day I was at work. And then I think hakukuwa na kitu kwa nyumba. So we could not speak. We could not cook because like I have not sent you money or I have not seen your message. You cannot buy anything and just wait for me to pay you back.
There was a time I was like hatuna unga, hatuna greens, nilikuwa nimeeta 200 bob. The way alisqueeze pesa na
that is very nice.
We came and we had
no, I mean If you don't, kwani kiberiti ni pesa ngapi?
Yes, it was just kiberiti.
Yes, I told you. It was kiberiti. Kiberiti ni pesa ngapi? Yes, 5 bob.
Hata sema ulikopa kwa duka pale chini unajulikana.
And then,
wanakurudisha.
I mean, it's brain.
It happens.
It's, you know, me
sense.
one thing.
So they didn't cook.
No, until I sent money like 1 hour later. My son sleeps at 8. Remember, at 8 p.m. because he has to wake up at 5:30. So at 8, lately at 8, ndio nilikuwa natuma pesa 20 bob. Aenda anunue kibiriti guys.
And if you want to be a wise
and then I go to her bag, I find 23. I'm like, what the heck?
Can you also talk about the fact that this is to the dames who are watching this? No,
Yeah.
the people who have done those things to us, or to the people they've been employed to. Ever consider yourself, for you to be a wife, you have to be completely a wife even without a husband. You want a husband? Utapika kibwana jatuma 5 bob ya kibiriti.
What I always
Nunua
say
ama enda ukope tutakuja kurudisha. Why inconvenience na kid amekufanyia? Amekosea wapi?
Me, I always pray to God that everybody that has come into our house at some point, Mungu awabariki, and they have to employ somebody. Yote ya dunia, it has a way of coming back to you. No, utakuwa house help for the until you die. No, at some point you're going to have, and you
come through.
Yeah, exactly. If at all I'm good to you, why can't you? Because it's so hard. Me having a toddler in the house, I have to mistreat the lady that I'm leaving the small child with.
And then you expect them to treat the small child you're living with.
Vizuri. So I have to treat her nice.
How is this a two-way road?
Yes.
Me, I have seen testimonies from all these older nannies.
Me, I had a mom.
I have seen testimonies. Someone who worked so hard. You know, they say, I think these girls usually believe like if you're a house girl, you don't have a future.
Yeah.
Or you don't have anything to look out for. But you do. So, like, just do your work. Me now I'm Bianga. You see, when they come to my house, I usually tell them, my son is your boss. Treat him nicely. You have the rules here from the nanny agreement. Do as it says. Your duties is this. Do as it says. My son is your employer.
Yeah.
So
because if at all you don't have a son, why would you need a house help?
I mean, I remember so many times I could find something nice. Mimi hadi nishaipeleka mrembo Gikomba atikwenda kununua Maureen.
So either way, I just think that you just go with the flow. Don't just be hard on ourselves. I think we are doing very much okay than we deserve. Unaona? So either way, we just have to. We cannot do without them, but at the same time, we cannot do away with them. So I think we just have to learn how to cope up with.
Can I do the closing?
Yeah,
and the thing is that they're here with us. Unaona? Yeah.
And also, let's consider this: the human as they are. Hata wewe umeandikwa, there are times you're so frustrated by your boss, you want to like F them up and then leave, but you can't because you need the money. Them too, they have those moments. And for them, they feel like living is easy because that your job is really high demanding. High demanding, it's nothing.
Yeah.
So even for you, give grace. For as much as you expect grace from people, give grace yourself. Yeah.
But let me tell you something. When you say you're not paying, you can imagine paying somebody 8K. Mtu hanunui sabuni, hanunui sanitary pads,
mafuta,
like everything. So 8K anaingiza tu kwa mfuko.
Ushaenda kuchange pad ukapata una pad. I was in that situation the other day.
Mimi niliomba my nanny
for myself, and then you buy for your nanny and they don't appreciate.
Nilikuwa nimechungulia kwa bagi yake nikaona. So
guys,
please give me one.
I'll buy your packet. You become a babas.
Yeah. But I think in the end game, guys, treat your nannies or managers very well. And to the managers, please take the pleasure that it is.
If
be
your employer
nice.
is nice, be nice. You owe them niceness if they're nice to you.
I concur because, you know, like, it doesn't cost you anything to be nice. Just be nice. If the employer,
be kind.
Yeah,
what are you doing to a toddler? Niachie mtoto nikiwa kwa nyumba nikijua niko.
If you're an employer, you need to be kind, you need to be patient. And guys, don't forget that nanny agreement, and usually pay them through M-Pesa.
By the way, yeah.
Through M-Pesa, guys.
Actually, for me, most of the time I pay them with cash.
Me for me here, I'm for good vibes.
I learned the hardest way. That is sorry for another day. Seriously.
We'll come back.
If you're paying them by cash, at least make sure you're signing off something.
Now, I think
Nataka
hii
na
topic,
ID copy.
yes, I think now hii topic tunaweza iongelelea mpaka next year until 2024. Yeah, 2025. So, but anyway, something good. I'm sure you have heard the vibes here. We are planning on something of starting a podium. Podcast,
but there will be a YouTube vibe.
Yeah, it will be a
YouTube channel.
Yes.
So stay tuned.
So stay tuned. Until next time,
And
guys.
like us if you
Like
love the
us,
vibe.
share,
Because
and
this point,
comment.
By the way, you're our tribe, and we love to keep this family.
Until next time.
Bye bye.